This morning we are out after Tropical Storm Ian. Checking on the homestead and doing a couple things to set everything back up, and there are a few things that need to be taken down thanks to the high wind and water that we got yesterday. So as many of you know, there was a major hurricane that hit the east coast of the United States, and we here on the eastern coast of North Carolina are no strangers to hurricanes and tropical storms. But thankfully this go around we only received tropical storm, which was just major wind and rain, so we had quite a bit of flooding here on the homestead, but nothing too significant. So I thought I'd take you guys along today to show you what we're doing after the fact to get things back in order and back to normal here on our homestead. We've just moved our rabbit back out into her hutch outside. We did put her inside to keep her out of the rain because her hutch is not really designed well for major blowing rain, and thankfully we did because her area that she usually goes to stay dry was flooded out because of the blowing rain. So we're moving her back out into her regular hutch, getting it all dry and cleaned up and ready for her to stay out here again. All of our chickens fared well. They did have quite the moat around their area. Which has now receded and drained off. We have some drainage pipes that have busted that don't let water flow through them very well, so those have to be repaired really quick before the winter months come because we usually are pretty wet here during the winter. So you guys have seen the completion of our new chicken coop, which really came in handy. It kept everybody nice and dry and secure. We had our windows batted down. The doors were all closed except for the automatic door, so they were able to come out. We moved their feed right up underneath the nesting boxes so that they could stay as dry as possible. And then for the chicks that we're still integrating into the larger flock, we used our old PVC chicken tractor that we made, and it has a tarp over the one side there. We made a creep feeder for them, which we've been using even outside of the storm, so that our littles can still get under there and eat their chick feed. They still need that chick feed to help them grow. Hopefully within the next couple weeks we'll have them all on the same food and won't have to have separate feeding areas. But I had it close here to the coop so that they could just run right out and get into it. We did have some periods where it would slow way down and not be pouring rain, so they were able to come out and eat and drink from the waterers, and like I said, they had a moat around the house here, so there was plenty of water to drink. Everybody's happy to be out and about this morning. The sun is shining, it's dry, not too cold, not too hot, so they're just enjoying being back out for the day because they spent most of the day inside yesterday. You guys can probably hear it in my voice. The ragweed really got stirred up yesterday. Thought I was doing pretty good with the fall coming in and not having any allergies or anything like that. All that wind yesterday just stirred up all that pollen or something, because today is a different story. Wanted to take you guys back here to the back side of our cleared area and show you the standing water that's out here. If you guys remember from our videos last year, we had some standing water that we thought was a pond, and we actually tried to fish it. I'll put a link to that video, you can go check it out, but it was in fact not a pond, and there was nothing to fish in there. It was just a hole that held water here on the property. We do plan on turning it into a pond, hopefully pretty soon. But thanks to the tropical storm, we have the start of a pond once again. So all of this here, back underwater again. Standing water back here by the tree line. Definitely not as much as what it was whenever we first got here on the property, but we still have a lot of drainage work to do here, and this tropical storm really kind of highlighted some things that we need to work on pretty quickly. All right, I hear Robert cranking up the chainsaw, so let's go check in on the next chores. What you getting into?
Clean up a tree. Is your safety glasses on there?
Yeah.
Just got the chainsaw started. If you haven't used your chainsaw for a while, there's a good chance that it won't start on the first pull, or the 50th pull, or the 100th pull. So what I did this morning was I removed the spark plug, cleaned it with a wire brush, and then I have some long Q-tips that I have for my pew-pews to clean those with, and I took a couple of those and I cleaned inside spark plug chamber, I guess you would say. It was flooded out, and I'd probably pulled 50, 60, 75 times trying to get that thing to start. And as soon as I pulled that spark plug, cleaned it up, and cleaned that chamber out, and put it all back together, it started in like 2 pulls. Next time I know, so I don't have to kill myself pulling that freaking cord 100 times.
Let's go check it out. Alright, so as we came out of the driveway to start chopping up this tree that fell into the road, the county had already sent some guys out and they were starting the process for us, so we don't have that much left to do. Our neighbor decided that he wants the wood, so we're just going to kind of cut it into smaller pieces and take it right over to his house and move on. So because we live in the middle of the woods and this was an unmaintained property for so many years, there are tons of dead trees from past storms and just everything being so thick and having so much competition. You know, the bigger, stronger trees have grown, and then there's the smaller trees that were nutrient deficient and that kind of thing. So anytime we get like a good windy storm, we do have branches that fall, we have small trees and twigs that fall. So we were not surprised to have some down trees with this storm. It just kind of is the nature of the beast when you clear out woods and have trees leaning on each other, ones that are broken and dead. Over here, I wanted to take a quick look at the garden and just see how it fared. We don't really have a whole lot going on out here right now with it being fall, so there's a lot of stuff from the summer that is kind of dying off and finishing out, and we don't plan to replace them with anything, so we've just kind of let the bees go at it. So you can see our wild and crazy herb bed here. It looks like our giant basil took a hit and some of it's breaking off, but not a big deal. There's still plenty of stuff left out here for the bees. Looks like okra is still holding up well. All of our leafy greens look okay. Nothing broken or messed up too bad. So overall, I'd say it looks okay out here. Got the porch all reset and ready for fall again. Now we're gonna ride into the back trail and see if there's any damage done back there. So far so good back here on the trail. Nothing in the driving path. We were concerned because when we had this cleared, it was just pushed to the side with a big dozer. So there's tons of trees and like debris that are just kind of pressed up against the woods, but it looks like they kind of webbed together and everything just kind of stood still, surprisingly. We do have a lot of trees like this guy, you can see just leaning against other trees. So eventually those will probably die and break off in pieces, so we just have to be really careful about stuff like that. Alright, so that wraps us up today. We just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of what we woke up to and what we had to get fixed and repaired here on the homestead. Thankfully, not a whole lot. We are definitely praying for those who got the worst of the storm. We know that the little bit of damage and cleanup that we had is nothing compared to what they're going through, so we are praying for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you guys on the next one. Bye.